Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Today our topic is basic concept of soil and its composition. Basically, we are going to start the third unit of class 12th US subject, that is soil degradation. इस यूनिट में इसके अलावा हमने पढ़ने हैं, एक तो पढ़ना है बेसिक कंसेप्ट ऑफ सॉइल एंड इट इज कंपोजिशन, और इसमें हमें ये भी पढ़ना है सॉइल डिग्रेडेशन क्या होते हैं, सॉइल इरोजन के बारे में भी इसमें बात होगी, सॉइल प्रोफाइल के बारे में भी हम बात करेंगे। तो इसके अलावा लास्ट पे हम सॉइल पोल्यूशन पे भी बात करने जा रहे हैं। तो दीज आर द वेरियस topics which are covered under this very unit, that is soil degradation. Before that, we have already discussed a little bit regarding the first two units. That is, first one was that air and noise pollution, the second one the water pollution. Now let us start our today's topic, that is basic concept of soil and its composition. So far as this soil is concerned, it has been derived from a Latin word solum. Latin word solum, which means ground or floor. The term soil is called differently by different people. For a scientist, it is soil. For a geologist, it is fragmented rock. And for an engineer, it is earth. And to the, or we can say, the economist calls it as the land. This has been good. That means different people call this very concept or this soil differently by different names. Now, what is a soil? Soil, it is the fertile, well-grounded, humus-containing surface layer of the earth, which is supporting the plant life as well as the life, or as well as other living organisms. तो इसको हम soil कहते हैं. That means soil, it is the fertile part, well-grounded part, humus-containing part, which is able to support the growth of the plants as well as the growth of other organisms. तो ये रही बात कि what is soil, soil क्या होती है. Now, according to the Buckman and Brady, वो क्या कहते हैं कि जो ये soil है, it is a dynamic layer of the earth, because it is going constantly, it undergoes constant change in its physical, chemical and biological activity. And the soil, it is a dynamic material, it is a changing substance which adjusts itself with its with the topography, with the climatic conditions at that region. So, and this very layer, that is the soil layer or this fertile layer, it is always subjected to the erosions as well as to the depositions. So this is as per the Buckman and Brady. It is a dynamic layer. This soil, it covers about 4/5 of the land. जो कि लैंड है इसका 4/5 ये सॉइल कॉन्स्टिट्यूट करता है, 4/5। हाँ, अब इस स्टडी ऑफ सॉइल it is known as pedology. It is known as pedology, study of the soil. हाँ, and the student of soil science is known as the pedologist. तो इस study of soil, which is called the pedology, it involves the origin, formation, formation of the earth. तो इसमें हम क्या देखते हैं कि सॉइल की ओरिजिन के बारे में, सॉइल की फॉर्मेशन के बारे में, तो इसको हम कहते हैं पेडोलॉजी. And the student who is concerned, who deal with the study of this pedology, that is known as the pedologist. तो इस तरह अगर हम देखेंगे कि हाँ, अब तो soil formation की बात करेंगे. The formation of soil, it is known as the pedogenesis. Formation of soil. Basically, this pedogenesis, it involves two processes. One is known as the weathering, and the second one, it is known as the humidification. In the process of the weathering, what happens? The parent rocks, they are broken down into the small particles, and during the humidification, there occurs the deposition of the organic matter in it. It involves two processes, which are known as the humidification as well as the weathering. Whether the weathering takes place by the physical means, biological means or chemical means, तो यहाँ पे बिल्कुल ब्रेक होते हैं जो parent rocks होते हैं, they get disintegrated into the smaller particles and they ultimately form the soil particles. तो ये रही बात regarding its formation के बारे में थोड़ी सी, लेकिन इसका एक मतलब अच्छा खासा मैकेनिज्म होता है. तो यहाँ पे हमें इन डिटेल नहीं जानी है, मतलब डिटेल में नहीं जाना है उसके बारे में. we will discuss in future topics. तो यहाँ पे इतना ही आप याद रखो कि पैडोजेनेसिस में दो प्रोसेस इन्वॉल्व होते हैं. One is known as the humidification and another is known as the weathering. These are the two sub processes which are involved during the process of the पैडोजेनेसिस, that is the soil formation, how this takes place. तो इसके अलावा अब इसका कंपोजिशन, अब इसकी कंपोजिशन पे हम बात करेंगे. कंपोजिशन ऑफ सॉइल. So far as the composition of soil is concerned, soil basically it consists of the 5 main constituents or 5 main components. These are as number 1, mineral component या mineral material or inorganic. It is about 40% in the composition of the soil. And दूसरा component जो इसका है, that is known as the soil air. It constitutes about 25%. Number 3, soil air. It constitutes about 25% as well. And next component, it is this organic matter. वो इसमें almost 5% के आसपास होता है. And apart from that, there are soil organisms. They also constitute somewhere around about 5% ये भी होते हैं. So far as this composition of the soil is concerned, it consists of the 5 basic components. These are as inorganic matter or the mineral content, it is about it constitutes about 40% and it also consists of the organic matter. It consists of the soil air, soil water and these soil organisms. हाँ, अगर हम यहाँ पे देखेंगे कि इसकी कंपोजिशन के बारे में, तो इसमें अबाउट 25% यहाँ पे देखो यहाँ पे अबाउट 40% जो होता है दैट इज मिनरल मैटर तो 25% इट इज सॉइल एयर. जो यहाँ पे है 25% इट कॉन्स्टिट्यूट सम सॉइल वाटर एंड दिस इज ऑर्गेनिक मैटर 5% ऑर्गेनिक मैटर एंड दिस इज 5% soil organisms. But this is the regarding the various components of these of the soil. And now let us try to understand a little bit about these various components one by one. Before going in the details, before going to discuss the composition, the percentage of these very components, let's have a look upon one of the basic properties of the soil that is known as the soil porosity, जिसको हम कहते हैं. इससे पहले कि हम इस पे बात करेंगे, पहले हम देखेंगे soil porosity क्या होती है. Basically, so far as the soil is concerned, it possesses numerous pores, and the number of these pores, it varies from the different, it varies in different types of the soils, and this number of soil, it further depends upon the organic matter which is present in the soil. More the humus or content or organic matter in the soil, more will be the number of the pores. In generally, these pores, they have been categorized into two types. One is known as the micropore and another is known as the macropore. So far as the micropores are concerned, micro soil pores or micropores of soil, micro. These are small sized pores with size less than 20 micrometers. इनका size 20 micrometers से कम होता है. And basically these pores, they play an important role in retaining the water through the capillary action or by the capillary forces. तो इनके अंदर जो water है that remains, वो बिल्कुल वो retain करते हैं ये pores due to the capillarity. तो दूसरे जो होते हैं इनको macropores कहते हैं. Macropores, these are the largest sized pores, about 20 to 50 microns in their size. तो इनका size 20 से लेकर 50 micrometers तक होता है. Basically these pores, they actually retain or they contain the air, they provide the aeration. तो इनके अंदर air बिल्कुल रहता है. So this is regarding the soil porosity. There are two types of pores, micropores and macropores in the soil. Now let us have a look regarding the different components of the soil. The first one is that the inorganic component or the mineral matter. Inorganic. Or mineral. This inorganic matter or this mineral content or this mineral matter, it's formed from the parental rocks due to the process of the weathering or the disintegration of the parent rocks. And इसमें क्या होता है कि जो ये इनऑर्गेनिक मैटर होता है, इट कॉन्स्टिट्यूट्स द डिफरेंट पार्टिकल्स which is having different compositions and different size. तो यहाँ पे ये mineral matter, it is in the form of the particles of different size which is having different compositions and different properties. तो यहाँ अगर हम देखेंगे five types of these mineral components are four types of the mineral components are present in the soil. One is known as the gravel. Gravel. So far as this gravel is concerned, these are the fine size, these are the large sized particles. These are the large sized inorganic or mineral particles which mostly consists of the pebbles. इसके अंदर एक pebbles आते हैं जिनका साइज होता है 2 मिलीमीटर से लेकर 10 मिलीमीटर तक इनका साइज रहता है. जो दूसरा इसमें आता है that is sand. Sand basically it consists of the Cortis particles, that is silicon dioxide or cotton. Cotton or SiO2 particles, fine silicon, these Cortis particles or silicon dioxide particles इसके अंदर होता है जिनका साइज होता है almost 0.2 से लेकर 2 मिलीमीटर तक इनका साइज होता है. हाँ, depending upon the size of the sand particles, they are of different types like fine sand particles, medium sized sand particles, and the coarse sand particles. Coarse sand particles, medium and fine sand particles, depending upon their size, they are of these types. So far as this this sand component of this very inorganic component or this inorganic matter, this is chemically inert. तो इसके अंदर जो पोर्स होते हैं, they are not able to retain the water. तो वहां से वाटर की जो percolation होते हैं, that takes very fast and it does not remain available for the plant to grow. तो यहाँ पे यही कहेंगे chemically ये inert होता है, it is not active chemically. तो इसी के साथ एक और कंपोनेंट होता है जिसको हम सिलिट कहते हैं. These also consists of the fine, small and the size, the quartz particles, but their size here is from 0.002 to 0.2 millimeters. लेकिन स्लिट के अंदर जो पोर्स होते हैं, इट बेसिकली रिटेन्स बोथ एयर, जो इसमें जो इसके अंदर जो पोर्स होते हैं, दे रिटेन बोथ एयर एज वेल एज द वाटर, बट दिस लेयर और दिस कंपोनेंट इट इज आल्सो केमिकली इनर्ट. तो एक और कंपोनेंट इसका सब कंपोनेंट, उसको हम कहते हैं दैट इज नोन एज द क्ले. तो क्ले में क्या होता है, it consists of the hydrated silicates of aluminum oxide. जो aluminum oxide होता है इसके silicates यहाँ होते हैं, but hydrated, तो वो इसमें होते हैं, लेकिन इनका साइज होता है less than 0.002 millimeters. and this clay, इसमें एक ये चीज होता है कि so far as this clay is concerned, तो इस clay yes it is chemically active. It provides the colloidal system, or it acts as a colloidal complex in the soil and basically retains over its surface the cations by the process of the adsorption. So it is chemically active components of this inorganic matter. So this is regarding the first component, that is inorganic matter. The second one, that is known as the soil air. Soil air. In between the soil particles are there as I have already told that there are numerous types of pores between the soil particles like micropores, macropores. जो ये macropores हैं इनके अंदर जो about 25% soil में इसकी percentage about 25% होनी चाहिए, and this air, it is very important because it is used by the roots for respiration, by the microorganisms for respiration, as well as by other biota which are present in the soil for the purpose of this respiration. तो जो ये soil air है, it is another component. It constitutes, जैसे कि मैंने पहले 25% होता है इसकी percentage इस soil में. तो हाँ जो ये soil air है, it is rich in carbon dioxide but poor in oxygen as compared to the atmospheric air. Soil air, it is in direct contact with the atmosphere, or it is in contact with the atmospheric air in order to maintain its constant composition. तो ये बिल्कुल इसके साथ कंटैक्ट में होता है. देखो जहाँ पे वाटर लॉजिंग होते हैं वहाँ पे ऑक्सीजन बिल्कुल वहाँ पे ऑक्सीजन की परसेंटेज डिक्लाइन होती है. here the oxygen percentage of oxygen that gets decreased. तो इसी तरह तीसरा कंपोनेंट जो इस सॉइल का है, that is soil water, about 25%. Every type of soil, they possess the optimum levels, optimum content of the water, and that optimum content of the water which is contained by the different types of the soil, that is known as the field capacity. उसको हम field capacity कहते हैं. Now what is field capacity? It is basically the capacity, it is the capacity of the soil to possess the optimum level, optimum content of the water. It is known as the field capacity. It does not represent the total amount of the water which is present in the soil. The total amount of water which is present in the soil, उसको हम होलार्ड कहते हैं, HOLLARD, होलार्ड. Total amount of the water, इसको होलार्ड कहते हैं. हाँ, जो fill the part of the total water which is available for the absorption for the plants, उसको हम कहते हैं क्रीज़ाट. And the part of the water which is not available for the process of the absorption, that is known as the ecod. देखो sometimes क्या होता है कि यहाँ पे एक फिनोमेना होता है, उसको हम कहते हैं परमानेंट विल्टिंग. परमानेंट विल्टिंग जब प्लांट्स ग्रो कर रहे हैं, जब प्लांट जो होते हैं when they are growing in a soil which is containing only the non-available, और हम ये कहेंगे which is containing the क्रीज़ाट water only, at that time what happens, they lost their turbidity, these plants, and undergoes the wilting which is called the permanent wilting. And during this permanent wilting, the plants lost their turgidity, and this turgidity can be maintained only if we will irrigate these soil or these plants. They can just recompensate this water and this is known as the permanent wilting percentage. तो इस तरह जो soil से water that gets lost or that is absorbed or lost in the air by the process of evaporation, but it gets recompensated or replenished by rains through irrigations, तो इसे ये फिर ये रिटर्न करते हैं और इसकी ये रिकम्पेंसेट होता है. This is about the soil water. Basically, there are 5 types of waters which are present in the soil. One is known as the groundwater, the another is capillary water, then there is combined water, water vapor. तो ये कुछ टाइप्स ऑफ द वाटर हैं जो कि प्रेजेंट होते हैं, मतलब इस सॉइल के अंदर होते हैं. तो इसके अलावा यहाँ पे हाइग्रोस्कोपिक वाटर भी एक होता है. सो फॉर एज ग्राउंड वाटर इज कंसर्न, बेसिकली इट इज दैट वाटर which gets percolated deep into the soil due to the force of the gravity. बिल्कुल ये force of gravity की वजह से जमीन के नीचे चला जाता है, and it remains unavailable for the plants for the process of absorption. तो plants के लिए ये available नहीं रहता है. लेकिन फिर जहाँ पे ये मतलब ground water it remains in the particular stratum of the soil. The particular stratum of the soil which is containing the groundwater, इसको हम aquifer भी कहते हैं. And the topmost layer of the aquifer, that is known as the water table. तो उसको हम water table कहते हैं. तो जो कि दूसरा टाइप मैंने बताया था, that is capillary water. It is that type of water which is present in the pores in the form of fine films, in the form of fine films of water around the soil particles in these micropores, and it is retained by the capillary forces there, and this is the water which is available for the plants to use, to utilize, to absorb. And then there is hygroscopic water. It is that water which is basically absorbed or which is lying on the surface of the soil particles through the which is just taken through the process of imbibition. And there is another type of the water, combined water which is combined with the other minerals like calcium chlorides. तो सिलिकेट्स के साथ बिल्कुल ये combined होता है ये वाटर, उसको हम combined water कहते हैं. And there is another type of water which is called the water vapor. Water vapor भी होता है in the form water in the form of vapors. So this is regarding the water component or the soil water. And apart from that, there is another component, that is fourth component, which is known as the organic content or organic matter. The organic matter usually contains of the remainings of the animals, this excreta of the animals, leaves of plants, leaves, twigs, and roots of the plants. And this organic matter, it undergoes the process of decomposition by the with the help of decomposers, leading to the formation of the dark amorphous substance which we call the humus. So humus, this humus, it is an important component of the soil, and it plays a vital role in the soil. Likewise, it may return. It is this humus which returns the minerals back, which returns the minerals from the which are locked or which are trapped in the organic matter. तो इससे minerals वापस आ जाते हैं, and they plays an important role in the biogeochemical cycle. तो एक और this humus, it increases the water holding capacity of the soil. Apart from that, this humus, it helps us in the formation of the aggregates of the soil, which is known as the soil crumbs. And these soil crumbs, they basically retain both water as well as the air. तो इस तरह ये इसकी मतलब इसके बहुत सारे फंक्शंस हैं. एक और ये फंक्शन है कि it basically it reduces the soil compaction. इससे soil compaction जो है that gets reduced, and as a result of this it helps us in the infiltration of the soil water. So these are the this is regarding the organic content or the organic component of the soil. Then there is another component that is known as the soil organisms. Basically, four categories of the soil organisms are present. One is known as there is microflora, macroflora, microfauna and macrofauna. Microflora, these includes इस माइक्रो फाना के अंदर बेसिकली इसके अंदर मतलब कौन कौन से मतलब ऑर्गेनिजम्स आते हैं. तो these बेसिकली जो ये सॉइल ऑर्गेनिज्म वहाँ पे आते हैं, ये नाइट्रीफाइंग बैक्टीरिया होता है, मतलब उसके अंदर आएंगे अमोनिफाइंग बैक्टीरिया, नॉन नाइट्रीफाइंग बैक्टीरिया. इसके अलावा वहाँ पे आते हैं मतलब जो सल्फर एंड फॉस्फोरस बैक्टीरिया. तो ये साइनो बैक्टीरिया एंड ब्लू ग्रीन एल्गी, ये दीज बेसिकली कॉन्स्टिट्यूट द माइक्रोस्कोपिक ऑर्गेनिजम्स विच आर मतलब नॉन फैगोट्रोपिक. तो इसके अलावा जो मैंने दूसरी बताया था दैट इज मैक्रोफ्लोरा. मैक्रोफ्लोरा में आते हैं फ्रैक्टिफिकेशन, जो मतलब फ्रैक्टिफिकेशन होते हैं ये फ्लोरा, या इसमें होते हैं फंक्स विच आर फ्रैक्टिफिकेशन विच शो द प्रोसेस ऑफ फ्रैक्टिफिकेशन. फॉर एग्जांपल इसमें आते हैं मशरूम्स आते हैं, इसमें आते हैं ट्रफल्स होते हैं. तो इसके अलावा मैंने आपको बताया था इसके अंदर होते हैं माइक्रोफाना. माइक्रोफाना में दिस कॉन्स्टिट्यूट दिस माइक्रोफाना दिस कॉन्स्टिट्यूट द फैगोट्रॉफिक ऑर्गेनिजम्स इन द फॉर्म ऑफ प्रोटोजोआ इसके अंदर होते हैं. तो अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट देयर आर प्रेजेंट द मैक्रोफाना. मैक्रोफाना दिस कॉन्स्टिट्यूट्स द सेवरल कैटेगरीज ऑफ द इंसेक्ट्स. इसके अलावा मिलीपीड्स होते हैं, इसके अलावा वहाँ पे स्पाइडर्स होते हैं, अर्थवर्म्स होते हैं, एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम देयर आर मैनी वर्टेब्रेट burrowing vertebrates इस सॉइल के अंदर होते हैं. एंड दिस ऑल इज रिगार्डिंग द कंपोजिशन ऑफ द सॉइल. तो आज का जो हमारा टॉपिक था दैट वाज बेसिक कंसेप्ट ऑफ द सॉइल एंड इट्स कंपोजिशन, एंड इसके बारे में हमने थोड़ी सी बात की आज. तो इंशाल्लाह इन द नेक्स्ट कमेंसिंग इन द कमिंग टॉपिक्स we will that it is another subtopic of this very subunit that is the soil profile. उस दिन हम soil profile पे बात करने जा रहे हैं. तो आज के लिए इतना ही. Till then, अल्लाह हाफिज, फी अमानिल्लाह.